Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic, and Jamal Murray. What a performance tonight. The first game, fans enter Ball Arena for the first time this season, the first time in over a year. Wow. What a start to this game. We were clicking on all cylinders. Just wow. The offense looked incredible. And Jamal Murray put on a show for the Nuggets fans tonight. He got 30, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Jokic had 21 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Michael Porter Jr., 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 27 points. Wow. Michael Porter Jr. is such a good shooter. Aaron Gordon had 6 points, but he played limited minutes tonight. I don't know why, if the Nuggets have him on minute restriction or something, but he didn't play as much as I thought he would. But he had he had this really nice lob, and like all his points were dunks. That was nice. He played great defense too. Paul Millsap with 10 points. So there were 4 Nuggets in double figures, but wow, what a performance. The Nuggets just, pretty much blew the game wide open from the start, and were just dominating pretty much all game until the end of the third and fourth quarter. And we're going to talk about what the Nuggets can do, and we're going to talk about the bad parts of this game, because obviously, we need to talk about that. But obviously, I want to focus on the good parts first, okay? The Nuggets led as much as like 27 or 25 points this game. Just domination. And the Nuggets, they pick up their 29th win. And they're just a half game, I think, behind the Lakers. So this is big for the Nuggets. And, second game having the new players, and JaVale McGee still hasn't played, but I think they're just resting him a little bit and preparing him for the matchup against the Clippers. But yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just, you love to see this from your team, and when your team performs like this, especially in the first 3 quarters, it's like you think, the sky's the limit. This team, no doubt in my mind, can be championship contending material. They can win the West. It really just depends on the circumstances, and this team can go all the way. It just, it needs, the players need to come together, and, it's something really special that we saw tonight from Michael Porter Jr., maybe his best performance of the season, I'd say. He was just knocking down 3 after 3, getting dunks, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists is really good for him. Like, you gotta think about that. Like, wow. Jokic getting a normal double-double. Dude, I don't even know at this point, bro. Like, it's just crazy. So we were just dominating, playing amazing defense through the whole game up until the end of the third quarter. The second unit gets put in, and it's a struggle, to say the least. They are playing good defense for the most part, but they just can't make shots. And Jamal Murray is the only reason that second unit even works a little bit. It doesn't even work that much, but the only player that really is making shots on that unit, at least this game, was Jamal Murray. And this unit's a problem, and we need Monte Morris back, first of all. And yeah, we definitely need Monte Morris back. I want to point out Will Barton had a struggle of a game on the starting unit as well. He didn't make a single 3. He was missing a lot, kind of not like Will Barton. He struggled tonight. But I really want to point out Facu Campazzo Really not a great game tonight at all. He was still a pest on defense like he normally is, but that's great. But we need people to make shots, and when you're open, you gotta knock down threes. Dude had like 5 or 6 3-point attempts, bricked every single one of them, and that's just not acceptable. And that's just not acceptable. And that's one of the reasons why this game was way closer than it should have been, because players like him were not knocking down 3-point shots, not knocking down wide open 3-point shots, and that was an issue. So hopefully we can have Morris back on this unit, because he gives that unit some more energy as well. Paul Millsap played well. He had 10 points, but just the turnovers were just not okay from this second unit, and it needs some work. I think that should be our main focus, because our starters are championship material. These guys can go all the way. They just need a strong bench to back them up. And yes, there are injuries, but there are chemistry issues going on with the second unit, and it needs work. But yeah, besides that, the Nuggets win 104-95. In a game where they were up 25 and they started collapsing in the fourth quarter, and I was starting to get nervous because the second unit was in for about half the fourth quarter, and they're just like, the Sixers are going on this run, and the second unit can't buy a bucket. We only got 14 points in the fourth quarter, and this unit couldn't buy a bucket. And it was a struggle, and we put the starters in. It calmed things down a little bit. But yeah, okay, and the last thing I'm going to talk about in this game was the reffing. Really, really questionable reffing. There were some calls on both sides, but I think in the Nuggets case, refs, they don't give Nikola Jokic foul calls. They overturned a call where he's being first of all, Campazzo was being bear hugged by this Mike Scott dude, and they called a jump ball, even though he doesn't even have hands on the ball. It's not even wrapped up. They called that a jump ball, and obviously they're going to win because Campazzo's 5'10". And then you have Jokic getting constantly fouled, and this guy's reaching from behind him, and they call a foul, but then they overturn it on a challenge. What? The reffing this year is so questionable. I don't know. And they just don't give Jokic foul calls. I don't know if it's because he's a big guy, and it makes, it probably seems like he's not getting fouled, but he's getting fouled. If you look, he is getting fouled, and he's not getting calls. I'm not going to rant about anything. I don't really want to rant about refs and stuff, because we won the game, and it was a great game up until the fourth quarter. But yeah, Nuggets dominated 3 quarters of this game, and they still come on top, 104-95 over the number 1 seed Philadelphia 76ers in the East. The Nuggets move closer to the Lakers, but important win because the Trailblazers are right behind them. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.